Hi, I'm Shannon McDougall, founder of SoftballTutor.com. Let's talk about communication. We communicate continually every day with ourselves and others, and sometimes we do this in every hour of the day while we're awake, whether we know it or not. The ability to consciously communicate a clear message without the possibility of misinterpretation takes a conscious effort and becomes easier with practice. The following are some things that directly affect the way we communicate. The audience. Your relationship with the audience, the desired outcome of the message, and two-way communication. Let's talk about the audience. Most of us communicate with everyone the same way and believe that everyone understands what we're saying. You might find that communicating with teammates or coaches is different than communicating with your best friend or your family. For example, when you want to get help from your coach with your skills, you'll need to be specific in telling him or her what you need. Your communications will be with a specific message or request. If you're communicating with umpires, you need to be professional and respectful of their position and importance in the game. You might also communicate differently with your teammates depending on the situation and the culture of your team. Your relationship with the recipient is also important. If you're new to the team, you might be more hesitant to be open and speak freely until you feel more comfortable with your teammates. You might be nervous with the coach, or not even talk to the umpires while you're finding your way through competitions, training, and getting to know everyone. The desired outcome. What is the desired outcome of your conversation? Knowing exactly what the message is that you're trying to get across is not always enough to make sure that the receiver is hearing and understanding what you're trying to say. By learning how to communicate using clear messages, and even by using nonverbal communication, you'll be able to express your thoughts and then be open if the receiver has any questions or needs to clarify. It's important to allow the receiver to ask questions if they need to, and to be open to others' opinions and viewpoints. At the end of the conversation, you might not agree with the recipient, and that's okay. However, you will need to decide what you're going to do with that feeling if you need to. It all depends on the desired outcome and the importance of that outcome. Two-way communication. The ability to listen and hear a message is important to making sure that you're participating as effectively as you can within the conversation. Listening with an open mind will also contribute to your success in the exchange. Often people listen to someone, but as they're hearing what they're saying, they're formulating their response or making a judgment on what's being said before the sentence is finished. It's important to listen all the way through and even ask questions if you're not entirely sure of the message being given. It's also easy when receiving a message to take things personally that are not meant to be personal. Make sure you're very informed of the intent of your conversations with others before making any judgments. Use the communication section to explore the different aspects of communication in your environment, on and off the playing field. Observe others' communication strategies and their effectiveness, and then record your own thoughts in the communication tool. Types of communication. There's 3 types of communication we use, whether we're aware of it or not. They include verbal, physical or nonverbal, and written communication. Verbal communication is the chosen use of words which can be done either effectively or ineffectively. It's important to even rehearse what you're going to say if you need to discuss something with someone that has any potential to be misinterpreted. When communicating in general, it's important to be clear and to be open to questions and clarification from the receiver. Nonverbal communication is where people are reading and reacting to each other. In softball, there's so many emotions that it's very easy to read someone's body language louder than their words, and take things the wrong way. Someone could be angry about a play that was just made, or believe an error was made, and you might think they're angry at you due to the way they brushed past you. It's important that unless verbal communication was directed specifically at you along with that nonverbal communication that you experienced, that you do not take things personally. If you need to clarify the message you're interpreting, do it when the receiver will be receptive and not feeling threatened. Written communication through emails, Facebook, Twitter, text messages, and the old-fashioned written notes are all forms of communication. The biggest downfall of this type of communication is that much like if you say something, you can't take the words back once they've been delivered. A lot of your work here will be written communication to yourself, so be nice to yourself. You'll definitely get better at communication with conscious effort. However, you can't control the experience of the recipient, but you can ask questions and learn to be aware of your body language or nonverbal communication as much as your verbal communication. Be open to feedback and try to understand if someone's having difficulty getting the message. Be patient and creative if you need to. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions about the application or your progress, be sure to contact me at coach@softballtutor.com.